What set of VR glasses do you have on? Okay, now everybody has a set of VR glasses on. They just don't know it. So this is something that you have to know. The VR glasses, VR's virtual reality glasses. It's something that we love to show off, to show that we have a sense of status and we know about technology. You know, we at, you know, the nose, we in the who's who of the technology world to show you, hey, I got some VR glasses, right? And it's something fun. It's worlds within a world, right? It's a syndicated a syndicated reality. It's not actually real, and it's something that draws people in. So as you have your VR glasses on, okay, or other people have them on, you have to kind of know who you're interacting with, okay? Some people will have the VR glasses on of the lust of the flesh. Some would have it on as the lust of the eye. And some would have it on as a pride of life, okay? So as you're interacting with them, now what is a VR? You're like, girl, what is you talking about? I'm going to do this whole video with this on my face. Yes, I am. So a VR is a head-mounted device that uses 3D near eye displays and positional tracking to provide a virtual reality environment for the user. You know, it's the optical illusions, right? And so some people, this is what they see through. This is what they're seeing you through, the lust of the flesh. So if you don't meet up to what the world they see within this VR, that's what they see you through. If they have the pride of life, if you don't meet up to whatever standards is in this world, that's what they see you through. Okay? And what is the next? The lust of the eye. If you don't meet up with whatever's in this world, that's what they see you through. So you ever heard of perception creates your reality? That's true. So if you could pimp somebody's perception, that you got their reality, right? So this is what happens. This is how people, this is what you're interacting with nowadays, okay? It's just that I love that the collective people wanted to see anything but reality so much, where, you know, this is what we're entertained by, is things that's not a real world, but it's a world that makes us feel comfortable, that only we can see, or only the who's who know, right? In the virtual reality, right? We're all playing this game, and, come on and play Sonic the Hedgehog with me on the VR. And we're the only people that's, that type of thing, right? So this is how people are seeing reality. And so what it does is it creates separatism, and this is how people see you nowadays. They see you through this perception, and it's something that you need to be aware of. All right, so what is the lust of the flesh? Okay, what's the lust of the flesh, right? Lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. Why do we need to know this? All right, so the lust of the flesh is sinful lust, is overpowering desire for that which is forbidden, God has forbidden, okay? All right, so it talks about John 2:15 through 16 mentions 3 types of lust that lead us into greater sin. Okay, so it talks about, of course, those there. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life. The lust of the eyes occurs when we see something visually that incites covetousness, jealousy, or sexual lust. Sounds a lot like our social medias and stuff that we be looking at, virtual reality. So it's anything that you're looking at and it make you coveted, that should be mine, or you jealous, or you like, I want some of that, right? Okay, the pride of life. This is a desire in any and every human being to be his or her own God. It's arrogance, self-promotion, greed, all stem from the pride of life, okay? The lust of the flesh is also one of the foes we fight as well, okay? So this is just telling you, this is what people might see you through. They see you through covetousness, through jealousy, because they have, the pride of life. They feel like that's supposed to be mine, and who you think you is, and I'm greedy, and I deserve it, and I, right? There's no I in team. They have no type of teamwork. They'll look like they do, but they really don't. And this will happen a lot of manifesting in families. You'll see like they act like there's teamwork, but it's really like-minded people that's on the same level. But you say, well, that's teamwork. Not really, because they all think about themselves. They just fake act like they being together to get their own self-promoting, selfish ambition. So why am I bringing this up? Like, girl, you ain't perfect. We know you. I sure ain't, girl. But that's something just to be aware of. And also to look at yourself. Well, what do I kind of struggle with? I struggle with a little, lust of the flesh, a little lust of the eye, or the pride of life. Okay, now let's look up, what is the lust of the eye, really? I want to get more into that. All right, it says, simply put, the lust of the eyes is the sinful desire to possess what we see or have, or to have those things which have visual appeal. This coveting of money, possessions, or other physical things is the thing that's the lust of the eyes. Like VR says, I need that. It's going to show how, I'm going to I'm gonna put it on tonight, right? It's okay to want to look nice. It's okay to want to have nice things, but when it becomes to be a lust, so most people think lust is just on this sexual thing. That's not true. Let's look at what lust means. All right, so lust means greediness, desire, or craving. You have a craving for anything, right? Lasciviousness, okay? Lasciviousness. Lasciviousness is a feeling or revealing an overt and often offensive sexual desire or lewdness, right? Lustful. You can, it means to be depraved, debauched, right? Indecent, rabid. So that's what this means. And this can happen to anybody in any area. You know what I mean? You can have it with anything. So nobody has room to judge nobody. So it's better for us to look at ourselves in the mirror. Take these off. Look at ourselves in the mirror. And the mirror could be the word. Or if you're like, I don't believe in all of that, fine. Be blessed. Click off. But it could be the word. You can kind of look and see. And I think I've been looking at the men with them gray sweatpants on. Not all of them. Because, you say that to some men. Uncle, the old uncle at the liquor store energy. Hey, no, I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. No, thank you. All right, okay. Hey, I know beauty fades. And I ain't what I used to be 20 years ago. But I know what I like. And it ain't you. Okay. All right, so or you might, I've been looking at them. These BBLs is so realistic, man. Like, I've been really want to just, back shot. You might be looking at that too much. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be lust for food, like, I'm gonna tear that up. And gluttony, right? It also can be gluttony, or it can also be bulimic. That's a pride of life, right? Where you're like, or lust of the eye. I'm gonna starve myself so I can look a certain way, right? So those things are bad as well. It's just anything that's out of balance. It's you can end up who they think they is with that Gucci out. I need Gucci because I deserve it. And now you want what they have, and now you doing anything strange for some change just so you could be able to feel that you're better than someone. That's the pride of life. So this is the VR that people are looking on. They're looking like this. So when you're talking to them, just like in VR, if I have VR on, you can't see what I see. Unless you got one on. And we actually, even if you got one on, we have to be logged in or on the same wavelength on the same thing. So you can't see what I see when you're talking to people. And you're like, well, why do they act like that? Or what do they treat me like that for? Are they tripping or what? Because they may be looking at you through one of those things, the lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, and the pride of life. And then also yourself. Check yourself. Look in your own eye first, okay? See, be honest with yourself. You ain't got to tell people your weaknesses because they like to use them against you. But just know, you know what, dog? I'm not going nowhere near those beautiful, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something. Beautiful redheads. I love me some redheads, like a little Irish girl, and you just, you might be married or you might be trying to do celibacy as a brother. And I do want to admonish you guys, men, it's okay to be celibate. You ain't got to be banging and booming all the time. You can just put that thing away. Put a little VR chastity belt on you, right? And then go sit down and enjoy yourself. You might be trying to do that. Start small. Be like, I'm going to go a whole week, right? No shame in it. Like, I'm trying to stop smoking cigarettes. If you have to go hour by hour, and like, dang, I know I'm a nice looking dude or a female. They just hit my phone up to be like, you know what? I'm going to go 2 days, 3 days. And then eventually it'll build up, right? I got my own stuff I'm working on. It might not be smoking for you. You might think that's disgusting. I may think some of the stuff that you think, that stuff that you like is disgusting. Right? So, check the VR set that you got on today. Do you want to keep this VR on for the rest of your life and not see reality of yourself and how you see other people, how you see the world? Or do you want to take it off and kind of just get real with yourself, surrender to God? Say, Lord, I give you my vision. I ask you to just help me. I got some problems, right? It just feels so good to kind of confess. That's what it means to confess those things to God. Confess it. And then if you do have trusted people, which that's very rare nowadays, this is an op society. They made it cute and they made it trending, which is weird. They made it a sign of intelligence, which is even more stranger. But if you do have someone trusted, a spouse, a family member, a close friend, if you will, a spiritual advisor, confess some stuff to them. That way they can hold you accountable. Accountability is not boring. Restriction is not boring. Right? It may not feel good, especially if you're addicted to something. Like I'm addicted to cigarettes and I'm restricting myself to a certain amount. I'd be annoyed. So that's another thing too, is this false peace. People say if you have a peace about it, it's from God. That's not always true. God is going to have you do some stuff that you do not want to do. Okay. So, and people say it's not for you not to have fun. It's to prolong you. You have longer time to have some fun within restrictions, right? So, you know, it all starts with your perception. Don't let nobody pimp your perception and have your, you know, your perception. Because once they got your perception, they got your reality. Once they got your reality, they your God, boo. And once they your God, they still flesh and blood. So they not infinite, right? And now you got all sorts of problems. Now you got letdowns. Now you got disappointments. So you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.